Ye, aka Kanye West, just dropped a song called Heil Hitler. That's not a joke. It's not AI. You can Google this. The hook is literally him repeatedly yelling Heil Hitler. And it slaps, which is arguably worse. So a couple weeks ago, I was walking through Trader Joe's and I catch myself just like unconsciously humming this song. Like na 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 na, and like I not even realizing what it was, and then suddenly it hit me. I'm humming Heil Hitler in Trader Joe's, in the fucking frozen food aisle, like literally as I'm attempting to determine which gnocchi I want to buy, like the stuffed gnocchi or the cauliflower gnocchi. Like absolutely absurd. And as I'm doing this, swear to God, like some black dude walks by and we make eye contact and he literally smirks and goes like this. He's like he gives the nod of approval. Like me and this dude, we had a moment. And we weren't co-signing hatred, we were co-signing cool. Because really at the end of the day, that's the actual American God, isn't it? If it's cool, it gets a pass. And look, he is, if nothing else, a genius musician and producer. I mean, fuck, the dude made My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And so yes, the song is catchy as fuck. That's how the unthinkable becomes the hit song of the summer. When HH is now background music for hitting your squats to at Equinox. It's funny, my girlfriend, she's German, and she like called me out. I was at the house, she's like, do not sing this in my home. Do not sing this fucking song in my home. Are you a fucking idiot? And I was like, oh shit, like I'm probably gonna unconsciously do it again. So I'm like, I have to come up with a Weird Al parody version that I can actually sing in public and have it be acceptable. So after a lot of consideration, I ultimately came up with this. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. All my ninjas flossy ninja high kickers. And guess what? That shit slaps too. Right? They don't understand the things I say on Twitter. All my ninjas flossy ninja high kickers, ninja high kickers, ninja high kickers. All my ninjas flossy ninja high kickers. We're so desensitized that you can literally drop a hook about fucking Hitler, and if the beat hits hard enough, people are gonna bump it. Because we don't live in reality anymore, okay? We live in a content simulation where moral horror is now just another marketing strategy. You just need a hook. I mean, look, you don't need the Ministry of Truth when, the For You page will show you exactly what rebellion is supposed to look like, and then go ahead and sell you a link to the TikTok shop right underneath it. And if that sort of freaks you out, good. Because this all means that we've entered a new phase, okay? The simulation has now officially stopped pretending that it has guardrails anymore. There is no invisible grown-up who's gonna step in and be like, okay, all right now, that's enough, that's the line, that's where the line is. So the system isn't malfunctioning, it's running exactly as intended. The only structure left is the one that you broadcast. So the question then becomes, can you hold frame when the world no longer has one? Well, you better fucking figure it out, because you are the last filter left. So how the fuck did we get here? It happened when we chose entertainment over everything else. When we decided that stimulation matters more than significance, we essentially killed our ability to react appropriately to anything anymore. We're basically living in a culture that has stripped meaning from literally everything, okay? Heil Hitler isn't history anymore, it's a fucking meme. Now everything is just rage bait, these floating symbols divorced from any context whatsoever, designed just to be impactful. So, Ye, he's not making music anymore, he's making attention grenades. Like, he knows that in a world full of infinite noise, the most extreme, the most outrageous signal is the one that cuts through. This isn't entertainment, okay? He's not selling you a song. I mean, shit, it's literally banned on every major platform. He's selling you your own reaction. That's the product, okay? Your outrage, your clicks, your TikTok duets, every single response just fuels the machine. It's absurdity as a strategy, and it works. I've seen this dynamic play out for years and years and years on the micro level in social interactions. I mean, I use it all the time. saying some wild out-of-pocket shit just to hijack attention, to spike people's emotions, cut through their RAS, their selective focus, to get them to look here. And this is the exact same principle. Ye has just scaled it up to the entire planet. I mean, I've been weaponizing absurdity and dropping like conversational nukes my entire adult life, right? Again, they fucking work. It's field tested. So the real danger here isn't that you get hijacked, it's that you'll never learn how to hijack back, right? You'll never learn how to drop your own signal into the chaos. And that is when your attention becomes somebody else's product. And what does that cost you? Quite frankly, it costs you everything. Your presence, your power, your very grip on reality. That is why I built my mentoring program. Because you're not gonna learn this shit scrolling and watching fucking videos. You learn it by taking action, by getting real feedback and actually hardwiring a frame into your nervous system that cannot be fucked with, right? This is where we do that. Click the link in the description, book a call, or, stay plugged into somebody else's bullshit. Because that is what happens if you don't learn how to wield this principle yourself. You become, a passive consumer of somebody else's absurdity. This sort of like helpless little sponge just soaking up whatever the simulation vomits onto your feed. Whether that's a genocidal meme, a celebrity scandal, or some bullshit your bitter ex posted at 2 a.m. You become reaction, not action. You stop choosing your emotional reality and basically just swallow whatever, algorithmic grenade explodes next. But it goes way, way deeper than that, because the ability to consciously shape a social interaction, it's not just a cute party trick, okay? It's survival level shit. I've spent decades doing exactly this, hijacking social frames, creating fucking chaos, using it to shape reality around me, like a lucid dream. And again, if you do not learn how to hijack the frame will always hijack you, every single time. And you will never even realize that it's happening. You'll think this is just the norm, and you become just another non-entity lost in the mist forever, right? A piece of fucking furniture, a child being manipulated by fucking sociopaths, all right? So given all that, how do you flip this? Well, it starts with recognizing the game. First, you gotta learn to spot when a frame is being put on you, and awareness is the key word here. When that TikTok makes your blood boil, or that viral tweet gets like stuck in your head, just stop. Feel what's happening inside of you, because if you don't catch it, you can't hijack it. In my little Trader Joe's moment there, I caught myself in the act of passive, mindless consumption. And you need that. You need that moment of self-awareness, because once you have that, then you can actually see the frames clearly. And once that happens, then you can actively start to control them. So what does that mean, to actively control them? Well, it means choosing to deliberately break the script, right? Dropping conversational bombs, using absurdity, injecting unpredictability, literally weaponizing the very same chaos that usually gets weaponized against you. This isn't random, this is surgical. So for example, when I open someone who's walking by me by saying, "Don't fucking look at me, look away," right? When I do that, it's absurd, okay? It's offensive, it's ridiculous, but it seizes control instantly, right? It forces them into my frame. It makes my frame the only one that they pay attention to. And look, you don't have to use my specific moves. You got to find your own little grenades, okay? Your own frame-breaking openers or moments of absurdity that make it impossible for people to ignore you. Because that is the secret, okay? Controlled madness and absurdity is power. And it's very important to note here, this isn't just mental, okay? It's physiological. Your nervous system has to be able to handle the chaos that you create. If you drop that grenade, you better not fucking flinch. Both in field and in my online mentoring, I train people to handle intense social pressure through breath work, through grounding, through somatic resilience. Because holding frame, it's not just theory, it's biology. You need to understand how to regulate your entire human energy system, so to speak, while it's under pressure. Your face, your voice, your body, your mind, your emotions, your intuition, all of these things are interconnected. And they all have their own mode minds, if you will, that want to assert what they believe is best for the well-being of the overall organism. And there's only this imperfect tendency towards unification. So when people say, stay calm or just be present, they're talking about a full system orchestration. If one of those subsystems, say your emotional mode, if it's panicking, while meanwhile your intellectual mode is like trying to white knuckle you through it with logic, you aren't grounded. You're incongruent, you're fragmented. Real frame control starts with having congruence across all the modes. That's what we mean when we say presence over persona. Your presence is the broadcast. Your nervous system is your personality. And if your body can't hold that charge, the room will fucking fry you. And that's why this work is not about like polishing surface level behaviors or lines. It's about somatic alignment. It's about retuning the entire instrument. And yes, you are the instrument. And when you play it well, people feel you before they understand you. That's what we teach in the mentoring, right? You master your internal state or the simulation's gonna master you. The next step is to stop doom scrolling and start curating. Ultimately, you must decide what gets past your filter. If something isn't amplifying your power or amplifying your frame, you have to cut that shit out, like a cancer, ruthlessly. Every piece of content that you consume is programming you, so you gotta be absolutely ruthless about this shit. Like, who's profiting from your reaction? Who's scripting your emotional reality? You have to curate your feed like it's the source code of your reality, because it is. And finally, understand that it's not enough to just reject the frames that they're trying to put on you. You gotta go further and you gotta start broadcasting your own. Create, don't consume. You must create your own signal and actually be the one that's shaping perceptions. Once you start broadcasting your own reality, you're gonna start attracting others who do the same. And making real connections. You build a tribe that's built on clarity and mutual power as opposed to passive consumption. Holding your own frame is powerful, but holding with a group of people who are committed to the very same principles that you have, that's unstoppable. If you can do all of this, you don't just survive the simulation, now you become its programmer. So the guardrails of the simulation, they're not coming back, okay? The collapse is not slowing down. All this shit, it's never fucking going back to normal. Never. It's never coming back to normal. And the stakes here are very high. What are they? Your sanity, your freedom, your ability to shape the world around you. So here's your challenge. Today, question one piece of content that you consumed. Ask yourself, what reality is being sold to me here? Whose frame is this imposing? Number two, share this video with one person who needs this wake-up call. And number three, in the comment section, comment your most absurd simulation error that you've seen recently. I want to know. And if this resonates with you, join us, right? Click the link. This isn't philosophy, this is practice. We train people for real how to build unshakable frames, how to weaponize absurdity and control the social field. Again, check the link in the description. Get into our programs. Step into this community, because this isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving in chaos. This is Jeffy from Stockholm, Sweden, letting you know that yes, the system is powerful, but so are you if you choose to be.